If you're feeling stuck in life, you're low on confidence, or unsure of your direction, getting ripped will change your life. Getting ripped will solve 99% of your problems. Now, 80% of suicides are men. And that statistic alone tells you mental health is a serious issue. And fitness is one of the best weapons against depression, anxiety, and self-doubt. Because this isn't just about looking good. It's about transforming every area of your life. Now, I'm going to explain today why getting ripped was one of the best decisions I ever made and why it will be for you too. I've got 5 main points to discuss on the level of impact it has and why, and tactical steps on how to get started. But if you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is The Ascended Man. My name is Brian. I served in combat in the Marines at the age of 20. I was a certified personal trainer for over a decade, and I've coached tons of men to peak performance. And now my mission is to help you forge your strength, elevate your spirit, and lead with purpose. So let's get into it. I remember when I first started working out, it wasn't really about so much self-improvement or confidence. I mean, a little bit, but it was mainly just to get girls. I started working out originally when I was in high school. I took a weight training class just because I was skinny. I was, I don't know. I just didn't really have too much going for me except for being a nice guy. And I was tired of seeing all the jocks and athletes and everyone always get more attention from the women that I wanted. And then I started working out a lot more when I went in the military. Obviously, being infantry, having to be fit for duty when I was in the Marine Corps, it's an essential part of the job. And so it got me through every season of life for all 4 years when I was in. I really built my love for fitness when I was in the Marine Corps. No matter where I was stationed, no matter what I was doing, I always made it a priority. And shout out to Greg Plitt, the late Greg Plitt. He was one of my biggest inspirations, still is to this day, and motivation, inspiration. He really helped light the fire under me. And then ever since then, the rest is history. But over time, I realized that fitness gave me something way deeper. A sense of discipline, self-respect, and this internal confidence that no one can take away. You can't go to aisle 5 at Walmart and buy your ideal body. You have to build that body, and it takes time and discipline. And that's why there's more millionaires in the world than there are people with six packs. But no one can take that away from you once you build it. When I was going through some of the lowest points in my life, feeling lost and uncertain about my future, the gym was the one thing that kept me grounded. And funny enough, the respect that I gained, it wasn't just from women, it was from other men who recognized the discipline it took to build myself up. Because that's how it actually works. Yes, you're going to get attention from women, but you're also going to get attention from guys as well, and you're going to get respect from guys. So keep that in mind. Side note, the more in shape you are, the more opportunities you're going to have in your life. But let's roll into number 1. Point number 1 is confidence is built. It's not given. Now, the problem is right now is you don't feel confident in yourself. Confidence is built from doing hard things. Most guys think confidence is something that you're born with, like he's just a natural. But it's something you have to earn. Something you really have to earn. And you achieve confidence from doing hard things in life, from having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. You have set goals and crushed those goals. Like me, going into the Marine Corps right out of high school when I was 19 years old, I did a lot of hard stuff that gave me a lot of internal confidence when I was in the military. And then I went to college, I got my degree, I got certified as a personal trainer, did that for a long time, started a fitness business. There's a lot of things that I did that gave me confidence. So it's really something that you have to earn. The solution is transforming your body transforms your self-perception. So if you don't really have a lot of confidence, if you're not in good shape, then you need to get in good shape, because just by getting in good shape and working out is already going to put you above 90% of guys who don't even take care of their health. So it's a great place to start. It's the foundation. Transforming your body transforms your self-perception. When you see progress in the mirror, it changes how you carry yourself over time. Like I said, I started working out for external validation for years. It was just for external validation for girls. But the real benefit was the internal confidence I built. And no matter what life threw at me, I always had control over myself. My second point is discipline in fitness equals discipline in life. Now, the problem is you struggle with consistency, motivation, and follow through in different areas of your life, more than likely. Now, the reason this happens is you're not practicing discipline daily, and it's like a muscle. So you can go and have positive trajectory, or you can start going on a downward slope, negative, right? And it's like a muscle. Discipline is like a muscle that you have to build. Right now, you let emotions and fleeting motivation dictate your actions, but you cannot rely solely on motivation. And that's why motivation's bullshit. Yes, there's some motivational channels, there's some motivational content and whatnot that can help you, and it's good for the short term to kind of get the fire ignited, but it's very surface level. It doesn't get you through the tough times. The solution is when you show up and train, even on the days you don't feel like it, you build a level of discipline that spills over into your career, into your relationships and mindset, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So keep that in mind. Once I made fitness a non-negotiable part of my life, I started applying that same discipline to business, finances, personal development, my relationships as a whole. And it created this snowball effect. So it literally trickles into every area of your life. Now, you might say, well, Brian, there's some really wealthy millionaires. Okay, yeah, there absolutely are a lot of fat millionaires, but they could be a lot further ahead and have their health in a lot better condition and actually feel better if they just took care of their health. Isn't that crazy? My third point is fitness unlocks opportunities. Now, the problem is right now, you feel like you're not getting the respect, attention, or opportunities that you want. The reality is people judge you based on how you look and carry yourself. Whether we like it or not, first impressions matter. If you walk into a job interview and you're fit, you're in shape, you have confidence, you have an aura about you, and then there's another guy who comes in and he's fat, looking lethargic, like he just woke up, the life looks like he's just sucked out of him. When you go see the boss, who do you think is going to get the job? If you're both sharp, but one person's in shape and one person's not. The person who's in shape is automatically going to command more respect. So the more in shape you are, the more opportunities that you're going to get. When you look the part, you earn instant respect in dating, in friendships, and in business. So it applies to every area of your life. You don't even have to say a word. People can feel your presence. They can tell that there's a different aura about you. I can't tell you how many doors opened for me just because I was in better shape than other people. Maybe I wasn't on paper as qualified as someone else, but just because I was in really good shape, that speaks volume. That says that you're a disciplined person. That says that, hey, if he's willing to put that kind of effort into his physique, I know that he's going to be disciplined to put in effort at this job. When a woman sees you and she sees that you have confidence, that you are well dressed and you are in shape, that says to her, he's a disciplined man. He takes care of himself. He's a protector. He'll be able to protect, lead, and take care of me as well. Modern society is making men softer. It's making men weaker and more disconnected from their primal nature. But lifting heavy things, pushing your limits, and sticking to a goal teaches you grit and mental toughness. Just like David Goggins talks about, your mind is something that you have to callous. You have to callous your mind, right? By doing hard things over and over again. And there's so many life principles that are relatable to the gym. Like when you're on the bench and you're pushing, trying to get that rep, that last rep, and it's so tough, but then you make it. That sense of pride and confidence that makes you feel so good. No one can take that away. It's just like when you're going through life and doing something really, really hard, because you can push through and make it past a hard workout, you're building mental resilience in the gym for life outside of the gym. You get up early and go crush a hard workout for an hour at 5 or 6 a.m. when everybody else is sleeping. You already have a win for the day. You got a W already. When somebody else is, your colleagues are just kind of rolling into work, just making their coffee, just waking up, you've already won for the day. So now, no matter what life throws at you, you know that you already got a win for the day, and you have already started the day off on a strong foot. It's gonna tackle every area. It's gonna creep into every area of your life. Now, number 5, being in shape forces you to level up your life. Right now, you're feeling stuck in a cycle of bad habits, partying, junk food, porn, chasing women, trying to chase validation. But the reason this happens is because your environment that you're in, the environment that you're in dictates your habits and your mindset and how you're going to live your day. And right now, you're surrounding yourself with things that are holding you back. Maybe it's the people in your life, what you're feeding your mind, what you're consuming. But when you commit to fitness, you naturally start cutting out all the extra BS that's not serving you anymore, the bad habits, bad influences, and wasted time. Because you see that it's when you start to feel good, you start to look good and feel good, and you're transforming your physique, and you're having more energy, and you have a more positive mindset, you start to see some of the shit that you were doing before doesn't make you feel as good, and it's not worth it. All of a sudden, you really don't want to go out and stay up late at night because you got to get up early in the morning to go hit the gym, to get some endorphins kicking, get your win for the day before you start work. I went through my party phase for a long time. Every now and then I'll go out, but I don't really like to stay up too late. I don't really do anything crazy. I got to a point where I gave up partying all the time. I gave up partying all the time because it wasn't really serving me. I was eating like crap, wasting time with people who weren't really going anywhere. And it's not really even a trade-off. I didn't really even give up anything. It's not a trade-off, right? Because I actually feel way better. And so you need to flip it, not think about, what am I sacrificing? It's not really a sacrifice, is it? Because if you feel better in the long term, it's serving you better. So let me give you a simplified blueprint on how to get ripped. No, number 1, you need to follow a simple training plan. Do not overcomplicate it. You don't need to work out 6 days a week. It doesn't have to be for 2 hours. But I would say start strength training 4 to 5 days a week. Focus on the basics. Back and tries, legs, chest and bi, shoulders, throw in a day for abs, throw in a day for hot yoga. You can do cardio a few times a week, but I like this split. It's easy to follow. It's not super complicated. You could always do a push-pull legs routine, do yoga, take a day off, and then repeat. It doesn't have to be crazy. You could even do 3 days a week. Start with 3 days a week, full body. I highly recommend doing hot yoga. I wish I'd done it earlier in my life. I've been doing it now for about 4 years, roughly. And now I've been through phases where I was doing it 2 to 3 times a week. Now I'm doing it twice a week. Sometimes I was doing it 4 times a week. But hot yoga is absolutely essential. It's going to help open you up. It's going to help injury prevention. You're going to feel better. You're going to have better mobility. Feel better when you wake up. It's going to help you with your lifts in general. And it also helps stretch out your muscles. So you will be able to build more muscle as your muscles stretch out. You're going to have better range of motion. You need to track your steps as well. Highly recommend trying to shoot for 10,000 steps a day. Have a smartwatch. You have a Fitbit, Whoop, whatever it is. Track your steps. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. Take mini walks throughout the day. Do a morning walk. Do an afternoon, evening walk. Whatever you want to do. If you work from home, if you work remotely, highly recommend investing in a walking pad. You can actually get a little stand to put your laptop on it. Get a walking pad, get a stand-up desk like I have right here. You can get a walking pad on Amazon for like $100. So it's a great investment. You need to master your nutrition. Understand that calories in versus calories out at the end of the day, but not all calories are created equal. So you need to eat good foods. Keep it simple. Eliminate all the crap from your diet. Clean out your pantry. If it's not there, you're not going to be tempted, right? So I don't keep any crap in my place. I just keep mainly whole foods. I don't keep any snacks. I don't keep cookies or anything like that. I do still like to have ice cream and cookies and things like this on occasion. Pizza. I still live my life, but I just don't keep that stuff around. Do you know what I mean? It's just something I do on occasion. So stick to whole foods like chicken, salmon, beef, rice, sweet potatoes. Try to do organic if I can, but you really don't have to. If you can only afford to do organic for one thing, make sure that your meats are organic, your fish, your beef, chicken, things of that nature, eggs, oats in the morning. Like, keep it really basic. All that stuff is very, very important. The nutrition is going to be 80% of the results that you get is going to be tied to your nutrition. So consistency at the name of the game. Consistency is the name of the game. 80% of your results are going to be tied to your nutrition. So you got to clean up all the crap in your diet. I like to adopt the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time I'm eating whole, nourishing foods, and then 20% of the time is whatever I want. So I think that will help to have a little bit more balance to your life, so you don't feel like you're completely depriving yourself, so you can still actually enjoy your life. Number 3, cut out the BS that's holding you back. Cut out all the shit that's holding you back, bro. Stop drinking alcohol every weekend. Stop watching porn. Stop spending time with people that aren't adding value to your life, right? Cut out all the junk and processed sugar in your life. Cut out all the extra crap and just eat clean 80% of the time. Super basic. Again, eliminate negative influences in your life. You don't realize that some of the people that are in your life are really holding you back. So you need to do an audit of that. Tactical exercise. I want you to go write down the 5 people that you spend the most time with or talk to. Write them down, and I need you to evaluate that relationship to see, is this adding value to my life? You could even make a pro and con list for each person. Really important, because you don't understand the weight of the influences in our life. You are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So this is very, very important. If you are on the path, especially if you're trying to get ripped and get in crazy good shape, most people, bro, are not going to understand you. So you need to make sure that you're spending time around people that actually understand and get you. So important, because it can really drag you down. Also, people's negative opinions. When you start growing and changing yourself, if people don't support your growth, they're going to try and pull you back down with them, okay? So other thing to remember is stay committed to the process. Getting ripped, getting in really good shape, it takes time, okay? Most guys are struggling with like the love handles, the lower back fat, the belly fat. It's going to take at least 12 weeks. Stay consistent. Give it 6 months. Give it at least 12 weeks, but give it 6 months. Watch what happens. If you're consistent 80 to 85% of the time, watch what happens. You're going to become a whole new person. You're going to have confidence. Your lifestyle habits are going to change. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have better sex life. You're going to be performing better at work. all of it, the whole 9 yards. Watch what happens, but be consistent, dude. Do not get discouraged. Most people start for a month or two and they're just not seeing the results quick enough and they start to quit. Just win that. It's just like when you put the clay in the oven, it just starts to get warmed up so you can move it around a little bit, but it takes time. When the clay has been sitting on the shelf for a while, what happens to it? It gets cold, right? Because it's sitting there and it's not really moving around. But once you take it off, start playing around with it a little bit, you put it in the oven, start to heat it up, starts to get warm, and you can get it and you can start to mold it. So it takes time, bro. Just hang in there. Be consistent. That's all I got for you guys today. If this video resonated with you, I want you to hit that like button, comment down below something you're dealing with right now, and then hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one.